Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for September 2015, and it's eclipse time. So because there's so much happening during the month of September, I made the eclipses again separately. So the explanation in depth, if you are interested, you can find them below the link here, the video here or next to me here. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. But anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the solar eclipse on the 13th of September in Virgo, which is very interesting and positive for you because Virgo is a fellow earth sign, and this is happening in a very positive house, which is the 9th house. So having an eclipse there, so the sun and the moon will be together there at 20 degrees of Virgo on the 13th. And so if you have planets around 20 degrees of Capricorn, so maybe 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 degrees, you will feel that the most, this positive energy coming your way. So I explained in detail what it is in general, but what it means for you is that it's like a new beginning when it comes to a fresh start, when it comes to exploring new knowledge. And it's a knowledge house. It's a house of opinions. It's a house of vision. It's a house of having a connection with what is bigger than you. Call it God, call it the universe. So there is like a new start there. That's on the highest level, you could say. So you can find like that you are inspired. It's a very inspirational house, but in a practical way because it's Virgo. And also in a way that is very understanding because the eclipse opposes Chiron in your 3rd house. So there is healing going on in your communications, in the way that you interact with other people through your communication. Whether it is the written word, the spoken word, doesn't matter. So that's going to be emphasized. It could also mean that you ended or start a new course, a new study. Or you have written a book, or you have published something, or something getting out into the public. There is like a culmination going on there. It can also mean a new connection with someone from abroad, someone who is far away. That's also 9th house. It can also mean that you are teaching something, or you are about to teach something, because Jupiter, the planet of teaching, is also in that 9th house. So it's all very open energy for the Capricorn after maybe a period of time where, especially when Jupiter was in Leo, and also there has been quite a lot of activity in Leo. So that's your 8th house. That's more behind the scenes. That's not very open energy, but it has its own positive sides as well. But that energy is more of a psychological one. Venus and Mars are especially in the beginning of the month, they are together there in Leo, in the 8th house. So there is some passion going on with your understanding maybe of some deep psychological matters, with learning something about it. Things like the metaphysical, life after death, that's all 8th house. Or there's a relationship that is going on a deeper level, more intimate. You maybe have just encountered someone new, and now there is this deep involvement. That's the 8th house as well. Venus goes direct in the beginning of the month, so that means that you are really enjoying your the added value of others and the people that value you. And you appreciate that. It could also mean that you get a gift of someone, especially around the first and the second, the end of the first and around the 2nd week of September, with that Venus there. A gift of someone could not necessarily be something financial or material. Could also be knowledge that is given to you by someone else, or advice, or support in some kind of way. You do have more support during the month of September. The other thing that is going on is that Mercury is going retrograde in a very important house for you, because you are associated with that house, which is the 10th house, which is a house of the public area, which is a house of your social status, you could say, which is a house that you want to be recognized for. For a lot of people, it's work. So there's something about work that maybe needs to be re-evaluated, revisited, re-looked at. Because Mercury is a planet of thinking, and it's going backwards and forwards in that 10th house of work. So a lot of Capricorns will maybe change jobs. Maybe not in September, probably in October, but thinking about it, or will get busier. I've seen a lot when Mercury is in the 10th house going retrograde that people get very, very busy at work. And on a communicational level, with a lot of emails, telephones, and so on. And normally Capricorns can deal with stress and being a bit busier than usual. But on the other side, as I said, it could mean that you just want something else with work. Or maybe something that you've thought about before, you're now wanting to bring that into practice with the Mercury going back and forwards in your 10th house. So it's the negotiator, it's also the business, it's a very business-like position, you could say, Mercury in your 10th house. So a lot of communications there, a lot of connections when it's work related. Now, if you don't have a job, this might be the period that after this month, you will really know what you want. Because sometimes we all have those periods in our lives. It doesn't have to be when we are 18, but sometimes people, when they are 40, when they are 50, they say, maybe I want something else, but I don't quite know yet what. Maybe that is a time for you to think about that as well, and it will become clearer next month. Now, there's also going to be a lunar eclipse, last but not least, in that same area of work and home. You will be having the lunar eclipse in your 4th house, the moon in the 4th in Aries, and the sun in that 10th house of work. So what does it mean? Again, I made a separate video of the lunar eclipse, but the lunar eclipse is very much about things that come to consciousness. So there's something clear that is happening with you that relates to work-home life. So maybe there were some things that you tried to manage on your home area or with the family, and now comes to fruition. Or there's maybe something about a balance that you want to get back between home and work. Because quite often when you see these oppositions in the 4th and the 10th house, it's about trying to get the balance between work and home life. So if you've been working too much, you understand it now and you take actions. Maybe you're going to work a little bit less, because to be more with your family, or when sometimes we are too much with the family and too much intertwined, and we are not out there showing who we are and giving our talents or using our talents for, in a social kind of way. And then you might think, oh, maybe I'm going to put a bit more effort into my work. So it can either be one or the other, it depends on your contexts. So it's a very Capricorn-like of month for you, and but also a month where things come to fruition, a month also where new seeds are planted when it comes to spreading your knowledge. So you're going anyway, not only in September, but that goes on, that energy, you're going to explore more. And it's best to do so. You're going to look a bit broader than you normally do with that Jupiter in your 9th house. So thank you very much for watching, you dear Capricorns. Wish you all the best and see you next month. Bye-bye.